The UFC heads down under for another UFC event this weekend, and it is a headline by a light heavyweight matchup between Carlos Ulberg, who's looking to, protect home territory. I know he's from New Zealand, but protecting that oceanic territory against the oncoming Dominic Reyes. And then in the co-main event, also another Aussie guy from that area. We got Jimmy Crute looking to knock off Ivan Erslan. 14 total fights for this card. It's going down at the regular time that we are used to over here on North America side. So don't worry about, it starting too early or too late. I believe it's a 10 p.m. Eastern main card start time as per usual. Reminder, this is the quick picks version of the UFC Perth breakdown. So I'm going to be leaving out a lot of details for some of these breakdowns for the sake of time. So if there is a matchup where you're like, I wonder why he picked this guy or this girl, make sure you guys check out the MMA Lockcast, which I either have in the description below or just check out the YouTube page and you'll find the MMA Lockcast, which I dropped on Monday for you guys, going close to an hour on the entire card there. All right. Hope you're laced up and ready to go because we're off and running with the first fight of the night between Loma Lookboonmee and Alexia Thainara. I think Thainara is one of the best fighters to come out of that contender series from last season, and I think we'll see her continue her winning ways here by taking the Thai fighter to the ground and eventually finding a submission within 2 rounds. Next up, we got Brando Pericic going up against Alicia Ellison. Both of these low-level heavyweights making their UFC debut here after they were originally scheduled to compete on the Contender Series last month. The UFC decided to bring them both in here. Both guys have the tendency to slow down should fights go into the second round, but I believe it's going to be Ellison's athleticism, speed, and power, but also maybe his grappling that he might be able to get the better of Pericic here. But I think we'll see Ellison eventually uncork a big shot to put Pericic's lights out and win by knockout. Next up, we got Michelle Montague going up against Luana Carolina. The weight is a big concern here for Montague, who's going to be coming down to 135 pounds for the first time in her career. But if she does it successfully, I expect her to go out there and ragdoll Luana Carolina, leading to another submission victory for the Aussie. Next up, we got Colby Thicknesse coming in against Josias Musasa. I believe Musasa's raw athleticism and power will allow him to land those big shots on Thicknesse and eventually put him away. But Thicknesse does have some grappling up his sleeve, as we saw Musasa falter to that last time around against Carlos Vera. But I expect Musasa to utilize athleticism, his just explosivity, sheer power, and he'll eventually catch Thicknesse and put him out cold. Next up, we got Jamie Mullarkey going up against Orlando Bedoya. Pick'em price here on both guys, but I think Mullarkey is the better overall fighter. If his durability can hold up, look for him to put together a better body of work, mixing in takedowns and volume to really stifle Bedoya and win this fight on the scorecards. Next up, we got Jonathan Micallef going up against Oban Elliott. Elliott is looking to bounce back after fumbling the bag as a minus 500 favorite last time around, and I think he can do it successfully by shutting down Micallef's grappling game and then putting on a pace and pressure in the striking realm that Micallef will not be able to keep up with. Look for Elliott to get his hand raised on the scorecards. Next up, we got Cam Rowston going up against Andre Petroski. I expect Petroski to utilize his wrestling effectively and power striking approach to really muzzle Rowston, and I think that will lead to Petroski accruing a bunch of control time, some good top position, and getting off some good shots on the feet to end up winning this fight on the scorecards. Next up, we got Navajo Stirling going up against Rodolfo Bellato. I think Stirling will be able to pick apart Bellato with relative ease here. Even if Bellato looks to take this fight to the ground, I think Stirling's defenses are good enough to thwart that, and then from there really pick apart Bellato and win this fight by knockout. Next up, we got Tom Nolan going up against Charlie Campbell. This could steal fight of the night honors if the durability on both these guys holds up for at least a round and a half, but I expect Nolan's power to end up coming through here. I think he'll be able to counter Campbell effectively, land some big shots, maybe mix in some takedowns and threaten with that front choke, but I think it'll ultimately be one of his knees or elbows that connects with Campbell and puts him out clean. Next up, we got Justin Tafa welcoming Louis Sutherland to the UFC. I am not a big fan of Tafa given his one-dimensional approach to fights, but this is the type of fight for that one-dimensional style to play out and actually be successful. Look for Tafa to shuck off most of the takedown attempts coming from Sutherland, work quickly back to his feet if he does get taken down, and then eventually uncork those big shots, finding the chin of Sutherland and putting him out cold. Next up, we got Jake Matthews going up against Neil Magny. I'm expecting Matthews to take another grapple-heavy approach just like he did last time around against Chidi Njokuani. I think he might meet some resistance here, and should this fight go into deeper water, it could start to favor Magny. But I think Matthews will do enough work through the first 10 to 12 minutes to go out there and still win this fight on the scorecards. Next up, we got Jack Jenkins going up against Ramon Taveras. Taveras being forced to go up to 145 pounds now after multiple issues at 135 pounds. But I think he's going to struggle here against Jack Jenkins, who has a great calf kicking game and a good grappling game. And that should keep Taveras on the defensive for the better part of the 15 minutes here, leading to Jenkins winning this fight on the scorecards. Next up, we got Jimmy Crute going up against Ivan Erslan. Crute finally picking up a win in his first win in 5 years last time around. And I think this is a perfect matchup for him to start gaining some momentum. Look for him to utilize his reckless and aggressive striking approach to set up a takedown. And from there, I think it's just a matter of time before he snatches up a submission and forces the tap. That brings us to the main event of the evening as we have Carlos Ulberg going up against Dominic Reyes in a battle of two strikers. Reyes obviously has the athleticism and power to change the tide of any fight, but I believe it's going to be the technical advantages of Ulberg that causes Reyes to walk onto a counter and eventually get knocked out. This will be a closer fight than the odds indicate, but I still expect Ulberg to go out there and earn his 9th straight victory and potentially a title shot early next year. There you guys go. Full quick picks for the UFC Perth card here. Appreciate the love as always. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. I should be back later this evening dropping the PFL Europe breakdowns. I hope to have those out for you guys. We also have LFA and Cage Warriors going down this weekend. PFL Meta as well. I have breakdowns for Cage Warriors and LFA as well, whereas PFL Meta will strictly be on the MMA, LOT, and Patreon page. So make sure you guys check that in the link in the description below. All right. I'll see you guys again later today, hopefully, for the PFL Europe breakdowns. See you then. Peace.